Today on the Travel Magazine, we visit the coastal city of Veracruz.
We are in the Plaza de Armas, or Zocala, the city's main square, and it truly is a hub of social activity. From street performers to musicians, cathedral, city hall, this truly is the place where the people of Veracruz come to meet.
We'll also visit the Café de la Parroquia and sample some of their famous coffee that's served in a unique way. Then, we'll travel outside the city to the Zempoala ruins. Built by the Totonac Indians, this city played an important role in the conquest of Mexico by Cortez.
The port city of Veracruz is where the old and new worlds met back in 1519 with the arrival of the Spaniards, and in particular, Captain Hernan Cortez. Hello, I'm Sandra Neal, and welcome to this edition of the Travel Magazine and the undiscovered jewel of Mexico, Veracruz.
Veracruz is on the Gulf of Mexico, 424 kilometers southeast of Mexico City. A popular vacation destination with Mexicans because it's so affordable, Veracruz is a new stop for international tourists looking for a small resort feel. It really doesn't seem like a tourist town at all, and that's part of Veracruz's attraction. Visitors can mingle with locals and enjoy food and culture a la Veracruz. A great way to begin the day here, as many locals do, is to walk the beach in the morning. If it's early enough, you can see the fishermen getting their boats and nets ready to head out for the day. Known as Mexico's door to the world, Veracruz has been a bustling seaport for more than 500 years. But the city is also famous for its hospitality. Locals know how to have a good time, and this fun-loving attitude contributes to the seaside appeal.
Veracruz is the oldest city in Mexico, and it still honors many Spanish traditions. And if you're not at the boardwalk, you definitely want to be seen at the Gran Café de la Parroquia. It's open from 6 in the morning till 2 a.m. And it's here where composers, artists, and presidents mingle with everybody.
To understand Veracruz's love affair with good food and conversation, come here for breakfast. Regulars know the menu by heart, but no matter what dish they order, it's usually accompanied by the house specialty, coffee served with steamed milk. People come from all over the city to have coffee with their family and friends.
Now, once inside the Gran Café de la Parroquia, you must order a cup of café con leche. Gracias. It starts with homegrown coffee from the restaurant owner's plantation, topped with boiling milk, served from steaming hot kettles. How do you get the con leche? Well, tradition has it that you clink on the glass and it arrives.
Amid all the sounds of the clinking glasses, it seems the waiters have an impossible job of knowing where to go next. When the milk does arrive, make sure not to get in the way, because the waiters pour it from up high to ensure plenty of foam at the top of the glass. Everyone knows how they like their coffee. Here at the cafe, it's no different. You can say how much milk or how little you want. And once you have your coffee just the way you like it, you can drink it however you wish. And there's more than one way. You can make it come to you, or you can go to it.
Perfecto. Now this is the way to start your day in Veracruz.
It seems that every city in Mexico has a fountain, and Veracruz is no exception. A building unique to the city is the Vera Venestano Carranza. Once a lighthouse, it's now been transformed into a museum. Another point of interest is the statue of Mexico's hero, Benito Juarez. The first native president of Mexico, Juarez led the fight against European intervention and put forward the laws contained within Mexico's Reforma. He presided over the Republic from 1861 to 1872, and more than anyone, shaped Mexico and developed it as a land of freedom over 100 years ago. This is the Civil Registry Office. Here, people register the birth of their children in the same room Benito Juarez registered his daughter back in 1860. The number beneath the clock refers to the year that the building's renovations were completed. As the day continues here in Veracruz, more and more people fill the streets as the weather begins to heat up. This is the Church of Santo Cristo, the traveler saint. His statue is out front. One of the hemisphere's oldest churches, Santo Cristo dates back to 1598. Inside is a rare dark-skinned statue of Christ. Outside the city, another building stands as a monument to the eventful history of Veracruz.
The walled city of Veracruz survived several foreign invasions and pirate attacks over the centuries, thanks to fortresses like these. This is the last surviving bastion, and it's located in the heart of the city's residential area.
Built in 1635, Baluarte Santiago can now rest from defending the city. But back then, not only did the fortress fend off pirates, but an attempted invasion by the French, and 2 from the United States. The last of a total of 9 fortress walls, the construction of the building is extremely solid. So solid, in fact, that pieces of pre-Hispanic gold jewelry are kept safely on display inside. These 300-year-old cannons are still aimed out toward the Gulf, as if ready to defend the city. When we come back, we'll head outside of Veracruz to the Zempoala ruins to see some ancient pyramids that require their own style of walking. Then we'll take a spin around the Plaza de Armas, where Veracruz dancers perform an age-old tradition, Le Dansón.
Well, we'll be back with more of the Travel Magazine right after this, so stick with us. I won't quit my day job, I guess. Welcome back to the Travel Magazine in Veracruz City. A 45-minute drive northwest of the city are the Totonac Indian ruins known as Zempoala. While many of the buildings were created in the 14th and 15th century, the town actually existed 1,500 years before.
The name Zempoala means place of 20 waters. The inspiration came from the many rivers that converge here. Home to the Totonac Indians, this community thrived from 300 to 900 AD as the capital of the Totonac Empire. 600 years later, in 1519, Spanish conqueror Hernán Cortés stumbled upon Zempoala and was taken aback by its bright walls. From a distance in the sunlight, the Spaniards mistook the whitewashed walls for silver. After hastily advancing to the city, they were disappointed by what they found. But despite their disappointment, the Spaniards became friends with the Totonac Indians. This ancient culture had become Cortés's first ally in Mexico. 5 centuries later, these ruins are still as awe-inspiring as when Cortés first arrived. Still new to tourists, on most days, you can have Zempoala all to yourself. This is the Temple of the Wind God. It's one of the site's unique attractions. The temple has a circular pyramid. Ramps found at the front lead up to a large rectangular platform atop the structure. This is Temple Mayor, made up of 13 levels reaching 11 meters high. The sides of the structure are steep and made up of numerous uneven steps. What's being displayed here is the way that the Totonacs would have walked up this steep temple to reach the top. This site, though smaller than the one at El Tajín, houses some of the most impressive ruins to be found in Mexico. Points of interest include the Temple of the Little Faces. It's decorated with stucco faces and hieroglyphs painted on the lower sections. This is the Temple of Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent god, and the Grand Pyramid, whose structure incorporates 2 stairways leading to 3 platforms. Zempoala is also historic for a battle that was fought on its grounds. Here, Cortés was victorious over fellow Spaniard Panfilo de Narváez, who was sent to stop Cortés's unofficial invasion of Mexico. Zempoala is a monument to the Totonac culture, but the site is also historic because of its influence on the actions of Hernán Cortés. Back on the road, we head for the windswept beaches of Veracruz. Here you can spend long, lazy afternoons wandering up and down the shoreline. Or you can swim and play in the warm surf. The beaches never get too crowded in this quiet town, but it does get warm and humid. Enjoying the water is a welcome relief from the summer heat. Back on the popular boardwalk, vendors take advantage of pedestrian traffic by selling a variety of goods. But the downtown core is where everyone goes to shop. You'll find everything from shoes, I've never seen so many shoe stores, to clothing, crafts, and cameras. It'll be easy to find a souvenir for your family and friends back home. If you get hungry wandering the marble sidewalks, there are plenty of food vendors making churros, Mexico's version of the donut. And because Veracruz is about experiencing local flavor and culture, it's great to have a friendly guide at your side.
Right now we are in a square called the Zócalo.
The Zócalo.
Zócalo.
By the time you leave, you'll be perfect in Spanish.
I'll be fluent.
Yes.
And I understand something special occurs here in the evenings on weekends.
On the weekends, it's called a danzón, which is a dance which actually originated in Cuba, but sort of was imported from the locals, the Mexican Veracruz people, and they adapted it in their own style because the danzón in Cuba is differently danced by the people from here in Veracruz.
When we come back, we'll mingle with the locals, dancing Le Danzón to some great live music at the Plaza de Armas.
This is Mexico's version of the donut, and Pascua has been making these churros on this corner in Veracruz for 53 years. What he does is put donut dough into hot oil, forms it into the shape of a horseshoe, and then when it's ready, he puts icing sugar on top of it. Smells delicious, Pascua. We'll be back with more of the Travel Magazine in Veracruz after this.
Welcome back to the travel magazine and the port city of Veracruz, a city well known for its seaside boardwalk, friendly residents, and small-town feel. Near the town's Zocalo or square is a beautifully designed 18th century cathedral called La Parroquia. Standing above the city skyline, La Parroquia's tower and domed roof are a striking contrast to its surrounding buildings. Though Veracruz isn't known for its churches, this glorious cathedral is one of the most spectacular in Mexico. Inside, a magnificent crystal chandelier hangs from the middle of the domed ceiling. The cathedral's pillars are decorated with intricate, hand-carved gold trim. La Parroquia Cathedral is a definite side trip on your way to Veracruz's Zocalo. It's across from the cathedral, and it's called Plaza de Armas. During the day, it's a quiet place to relax underneath the almond trees. But this is also the social center of town. Here, residents of all ages come with the same purpose in mind: shady relief from the day's heat and conversation. Perhaps you might even see a future president of Mexico here. Later in the afternoon, the restaurants and bars get ready for the evening crowd. That's when the locals of Veracruz earn their reputation as people who know how to have fun. The square, so tranquil during the day with only the sound of the tordos bird, is about to be filled with the sound of music and laughter as people get ready for Le Dansson. They perform this local dance until the early morning hours. And when the dancers take a break, the musicians kick it up with their renditions of the marimba, the mariachi, and the norteño.
The Plaza de Armas really comes alive on weekends, and it's known for Le Dansson. It's incredible. The couples behind us, so many of them wearing white. Tell me about this traditional dance.
Well, actually, the dance was imported from Cuba in the earliest 19th century. Veracruz adopts it as their national anthem. It's a difference, they dance, the Cubans dance a little bit different as the Veracruz people. And the thing is, it's a way of getting to know each other in the earlier days. Now it's just a social affair. Many people, it's customary that they wear white.
And the ladies look so elegant in white. It's crisp, it keeps them cool. They're wearing their fans. They take this very seriously. There are a number of dance clubs here in Veracruz.
They have exactly 8 clubs. It's very popular. Kids, they learn it from 3 years on. As soon as they can walk, they start dancing because it's there. They have it in their blood, you know. Of the many races, different races they have. That's why they're happy people. They like to dance, to sing. 365 days a year, we have carnival, we have happiness in this country, especially in Veracruz.
Locals gather here night after night to continue the tradition of Le Dansson and enjoy the company of others who share a passion for dancing. The crowd favorite is La Bamba. That's because the song originated here, long before the recording was made famous by Richie Valens. An evening in the Plaza de Armas means non-stop music. Live bands perform on platforms in front of the Palacio Municipal, facing the square. Even if you're not an experienced dancer, you can still take the floor as a first-timer and have a great time.
This is my first try at Le Dansson, but I do have a little bit of dance experience, and I'm with a seasoned professional, Daniel. He's been performing Le Dansson for 56 years, since he was 13 years old. Will you help me learn? Gracias.
The children of Veracruz are taught the dance at an early age. It's a skill they'll be able to take advantage of because as long as they live in Veracruz, chances are they'll be dancing Le Danson each week. Couples start the dance in a formal rumba style, then switch to promenading arm in arm. That's when the ladies get a chance to fan themselves and show off their costumes. After dancing on cobblestone all night, you can relax in one of the restaurants or bars around the square. It's a chance to sit back and enjoy the music and dancing in this beautifully landscaped square. And you can keep an eye out for your next dance partner.
Not a bad way to spend a Friday night.
The Plaza de Armas is the best place to experience the nightlife in Veracruz and have a good time learning an elegant tradition. The beautiful location, warm weather, friendly people, and great music make this the perfect night out on the town.
Well, from Cafe Con Leche to Le Danson, I've certainly enjoyed my time here in Veracruz, and I hope you have too. For the Travel Magazine, I'm Sandra Neal.